Here we are at Mountain Breeze Acres, and it's November time in upstate New York. If you notice, the trees, all the leaves have turned, and now they're blowing off the trees. So it's time for us to put up our snow fences. We have about a 3/10 of a mile driveway that's equivalent to about 1,500 feet. We use these wooden snow fences, and each one of those is 50 feet in length. We put up 11 sections, so it's 550 feet of snow fence we put up. Each section requires about 6 to 7 of these metal poles, so we will drive those into the ground, put our snow fence up, and this video will show you the process that we go through every fall here at Mountain Breeze Acres. Okay, the next step is to use your measuring tape. We have a long one here. We're about 32 feet from the driveway. We go 32 to 36 feet depending on how much wind you receive. In this section of our driveway, we receive least amount of wind, so we just go about 32 feet. As we work down around the corner where we get a lot of wind across the field, that's when we'll go in 34 to 36 feet with the snow fence. We also use some spray paint, and we'll measure this out, put some dots along so we know where to put our posts. And here's our T-post. We get it started. There's a flange here. We always make sure that that flange, when we drive it in, that flange is in the ground. That makes sure the post is going to stay and not fall over in the winter with all the wind, especially with the weight of the snow fence on it. We always put this side here on the side of the snow fence. The snow fence will flip up here and it'll help hold it onto the post. This is our driver. I'll show you how this works. Just put it over. It's kind of loud, but it gets the job done. There you go, one post in. Okay. Wait.
So now we have 6 posts driven in, and I will now unroll the snow fence. I now unrolled the snow fence, and so I can lean the snow fence up against the post. You may need help for this one.
Okay, now that we have the snow fence up against the posts, what we had to do is wrap it around this first post to hold it. So we just hook the wires together here, and that'll be our starting post. Then the next thing we do is you want to pull it tight. So you grab a hold of it and pull it tight right to the next post. And what I do is I lean in and push it against there. What we have done is taken some wire from our electric fencing left over from our horse fencing and cut about 8-inch pieces of it. And I always wrap one around up top, and you just crank it tight. So I do one there, and then We put one down around the middle section of it. Over the years, we've tried to use zip ties, plastic zip ties, other things like that. It just doesn't seem to work as well, this wire. And the wire I can use year after year. We save it in our bucket. And all we really need is two up here. The snow will come up and pile up on each side. As long as we have two, sometimes I'll go down here in the middle. As long as we have two of them on each post, it seems to work really well. So then we'll continue down this one here.
The sun's going down and we're calling it a day. In total, we ended up pounding in 24 posts, putting up 4 sections of snow fences, which totaled in 200 feet. We still have 7 more to go.
So this is the end of our snow fence. We put up 63 posts. We drove into the ground, and we have 11 sections of snow fence up, and it goes all the way along the edge of our driveway, and it keeps the snow from drifting into the driveway when we get high quantities of snow.
The sun's going down and that marks the end of day 1 of our snow fence video. That's weird, sorry.
That was great.
Snow fence video.
Yeah, it's a video. All right.
The sun's going down and that marks the end of day 1 of putting up our... The sun is going down and that marks the end of day 1 of putting up our snow fences. We ended up putting in 24 posts. Sorry. I can't do it. I can do, okay. Okay. The sun's going down.